Guide me, O thou great Redeemer, pilgrim through this barren land. I am weak, thou art mighty, hold me in thy powerful hand. Bread of heaven, feed me now, I want no more. Feed me till I want no more. Well, in 1970, I still needed more bread. I was teaching part-time at Reading, but still couldn't make ends meet, so I wrote to every art college you could think of. And he got one reply from Newport College of Art in Wales. And this is what happened. Mr. John Wright was the principal then. Please sit down, let me take a look. This is interesting work. Pun sculptures? Yes, I invented them, at least I think so. Well done, bully for you. So would you explain this one? Head case, bookcase, you've called it. Oh yes, it's a sort of Freudian pan sculpture. Oh, so do you see yourself lying on Freud's couch? Well, you could say that. Maybe I should be tied to it. What a piece of performance art. It's all the rage now in London, it seems. It does appear so. But I want to pass over that sort of thing. Right. So what are you working on at the moment? Well, nothing new really. I'm busy at the ICA, where I'm showing actually, and now the Young Contemporaries at the Royal Academy. I'm still doing work on the selection committee. In fact, I have to get back there today for a final check. It opens tomorrow. Well, we don't want to keep you longer than necessary here. No. It's just that when this is out of the way, I have lots of time to make new work and to teach here. Yes. Down goes his head to hover again over my portfolio. The principal's hair is exceedingly black. A very pink man with jet black hair. What would a very black man with very blonde hair look like? Maybe I could do a piece of work juxtaposing the two. But how would I start? What would it look like? Life size, maybe bigger, let's see. The head has looked up. You seem a bit far away, Vaughan. I was just asking, what artwork would you like to do next? In an ideal world. Oh yeah, sorry, actually, I'd like to invent a restaurant. A restaurant? As an artwork as well as somewhere to eat? Could you actually eat there, or would it just be something to look at? Oh no, you could definitely eat there, although I'm pretty sure most customers couldn't be concerned whether it was an artwork or not. Just the quality of the food and the ambience. And lastly, the price. So you would not care what the general public thought? Well, no, not really. Just what other artists thought. And maybe art critics, architects, those sort of people. I mean, could that lay you open to a charge of elitism? No, because artists won't care about the quality of the food much. Most artists can't afford to. All they would think about, apart from it being an artwork, would be the price. So what would be the title of this gastronomical artwork? The social classes. Oh. So how would it work? Well, there'll be one section for upper class dining and a Buckingham Palace menu. I thought the English upper classes as well as artists didn't care much for food. Maybe posh wines, all in French, and the rest, the middle class dining could be, Matthias Rosé, nut cutlets on the menu, some Italian stuff. Well, that's the sort of stuff you are beginning to find everywhere in London now. If not in Newport? I suppose so. And the last dining section. Fish and chips? Buy a mash? The menus you'll find everywhere, here in Newport, if you join us. Well, yes, but this is just an artist's idea. Anyway, and make sure the restaurant prices are pretty much the same, or, you know, wherever you decide to sit. In fact, you could have one course in one section and one course in another. I'm running out of ideas. He has obviously got the point because he's closed my portfolio. It's just an artwork idea. I couldn't actually run the restaurant myself. It would just say outside the social classes by Vaughan Grills. Oh, okay, Vaughan. Sounds interesting. If it is Wales, you may call it bread of heaven. I'll think about your teaching here. And thank you so much for coming. Have a pleasant trip back. I'll be in touch if there are 2 days a week available. I never heard from John Wright again, but I was pleased that at least he invited me for an interview and talked to me. I needed a bit of a boost like that. Part of getting some bread coming in. And as for his extremely black hair, I'll always remember that. Which reminds me, I went for a new passport photograph recently and had to take 4 or 5 photographs because they were all rejected because they said my hair was too white against the background, didn't show up. So I rang them up and said, I'm an old man and shall I dye my hair black? Anyway, they're very kind because that evening I got a letter from them saying, an email saying they'd approved my passport. So sometimes you should be a bit more persistent. Guide me, O thou great Redeemer, pilgrim through this barren land. I am weak, but thou art mighty, hold me in thy powerful hand. Bread of heaven, feed me now and anymore. I think she wants feeding. Feed me now and evermore. And now I must go because I think the dog wants feeding.